Hi, I'm Bibi, and I practice Tropical Vedic Astrology. And today I am going to talk with you about the chakras and how they correspond with the signs of the zodiac. This can be a very abstract kind of mental concept that we're talking about here, but in reality, it's a very embodied concept because the chakras are within you and the zodiac signs are within you. And all of the planets, which represent your karmas, are within some of those signs. So this translates to the planets actually being within your chakras. And these planets are creating karmas that you're living through. And when we start combining this knowledge of the signs connected to the chakras and understanding where you have planetary placements within those signs, then you can start to actually exhaust the karmas that you were born with. So you get to combine this with your meditation practice, or if you do any kind of Sushumna breathing, or maybe you are a Kriya Yoga meditator, any practice like this where you have an intention of burning through karmas, this knowledge can help you, especially when you know your own birth chart, to either burn through these karmas completely, or if it's something that you really have to face in this lifetime, whether it's behavioral or events or mental, emotional, then by embodying this practice of combining the chakras with the zodiac signs, you may be able to meet these karmas with more grace and greater poise. So let's start looking at the mental awareness of the chakras and the signs combined. So in Vedic astrology, traditionally, we're giving the signs rulership the planets are ruling the signs. And we're only going through Saturn. So we're looking from the sun ruling Leo, the moon ruling Cancer, and then we have Mercury ruling over Gemini and Virgo, and then Venus is ruling Taurus and Libra, Mars is ruling Aries and Scorpio, and Jupiter is ruling Pisces and Sagittarius. And then we have Saturn being the steward of Capricorn and Aquarius. So when we start to think about how the chakras get involved, we start looking at how Saturn, being that planet of survival and safety and that sense of belonging, this puts it as the ruler of the first chakra, the base chakra. And because Saturn is in charge of that area, we are looking at Aquarius and Capricorn being in that base chakra. And so because Capricorn is an even sign, when we think about the polarities of the chakras, the polarity of the negative polarity is Capricorn, the feminine, and that goes to the back and the left of the body. And then Aquarius is an odd sign, and so this is the masculine. This is the positive polarity, which goes into the front of the body and to the right. So in that first base chakra, ruled by Saturn, we have Capricorn in the back in the left and Aquarius in the front and the right. So this is very mental, this is very abstract, And yet, if you have any planets in either of those signs, when you're doing your meditative breathing, when you're doing your Sushumna breathing, if you feel any kind of fear or stuckness or insecurity around being grounded, having a sense of place, of belonging, you may want to spend a little more intention there without over-analyzing it. That's the key. The mind really wants to get involved. And so if you can just be with that, be with those karmas, understand what it actually looks like in your reality, then this is a way to help soothe those karmas, or be with those, or simply accept what is there, and then be able to move through them, like I said earlier, with a little more grace. And we can do this with all of the chakras. So anywhere you have planetary placement. So I started with Saturn ruling the base chakra, around that security piece. And then we can move into the second chakra. And this is Jupiter's realm. So we've got Pisces as the feminine polarity. Pisces is an even sign. And so Pisces in the second chakra sits in the left and to the back. And then Sagittarius is also ruled by Jupiter. And Sagittarius is the masculine. So it's an odd sign, right? So when you're feeling into Sagittarius and any planets you might have there, it's in the front and the right of the second chakra. And then we can move into Mars. So Mars rules the third chakra. This is Aries and Scorpio. So Aries is that, it's the first sign, it's an odd sign. So that's the masculine. It's the positive polarity in the front and the right of that third chakra. And then Scorpio is the feminine. It's an even sign. So it's in the back and the left. And then when we think about the heart chakra, the fourth chakra, this is ruled by Venus. We have Taurus in the left and the back, and then Libra in the front and the right. And then the throat chakra, the fifth chakra, is ruled by Mercury. This makes a lot of sense, this communication, how we're managing our lives. We've got Gemini in the front and the right, because it's the odd sign, it's the masculine. And then Virgo is in the back and the left. It's an even sign. And then at the third eye, at the brow chakra, the sixth chakra, we have Cancer, ruled by the moon, being an even sign. And this is in the back and the left. And then Leo is in the right and the front, being that odd sign, being the masculine, the positive polarity. And in this system, we're not looking at the seventh chakra. The seventh is considered beyond form. And right now we're dealing with karmas, which are very much so in form in this incarnation. So as you're doing your meditation and you're considering, what is it that you would love to explore in your karmic momentum in this lifetime as a soul, expressing itself and learning and growing and coming back into the remembrance of who you truly are, you can use this as a stepping stone. Let's call it that this is a way to take another step in the direction of coming back to source, coming back to wholeness, when you can think about mentally the signs corresponding with the chakras, and then how when you start to breathe through it, eventually those mental concepts will go away, and there will be a lightness you'll find, and a peace and contentment that maybe wasn't there before, because you have this basic understanding of this connection between the chakras and the zodiac signs. And when you are meditating, that eventually those concepts will go away and you'll naturally be exhausting the karmas that may have really tripped you up in the past. So this has been very helpful in my own life, and I hope it is helpful in yours as well. Thank you, and have a beautiful day.